Today, we're diving into the agency that guards one of the most vital maritime crossroads on the planet, the Pakistan Maritime Security Agency. We're talking about a mission on a truly massive scale, right in the middle of everything. So think about it for a second. With all the major shipping lanes, strategic ports, and huge natural resources packed into this one region, who's actually in charge of keeping law and order across this immense stretch of the Arabian Sea? Well, the answer is a little more complex than you might think. And when I say immense, I mean it. We're talking about an exclusive economic zone. That's the EEZ of roughly 240,000 square miles. I mean, trying to patrol and regulate an area that massive, that takes a seriously dedicated and capable force. So, let's get into it and meet the agency that's been charged with this monumental task. The Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, or PMSA, is the key player here. Now, what's really important to get is how it's structured. It's a dedicated law enforcement agency, yeah, but it operates as a branch of the Pakistan Navy. And that gives it this really unique blend of civilian law enforcement and military muscle. And right off the bat, let's clear up something that confuses a lot of people. The PMSA is not the same as the Pakistan Coast Guards. The big difference really comes down to two things: who's in charge and where they operate. The PMSA is Navy-controlled and handles the deep sea and that huge economic zone, while the Coast Guards are run by the Army and stick to the immediate coastline. Totally different jobs. So where did the PMSA even come from? Well, its creation wasn't some random decision. Nope, it was a direct response to some really fundamental changes in global maritime law. This timeline really lays it all out, see? Back in 1971, it was pretty clear the Army-led Coast Guards just couldn't cover the deep sea. But then the real game changer was in 1982, when the UN established exclusive economic zones. Suddenly, countries had all these new rights and responsibilities way out at sea. This created a gap, a void, that led directly to the PMSA's formation in '87 and then gave it full legal teeth with the PMSA Act in 1994. And this is what it all boils down to. Their official mission statement is crystal clear. Get out there, enforce the law, and protect the country's interests at sea. It's a powerful, direct, and pretty straightforward mandate. Okay, so they have this big, powerful mission. But what do they actually do day to day? Well, as you're about to see, their list of responsibilities is incredibly diverse. Now, what's really fascinating here is just the sheer breadth of their work. It is so much more than just chasing smugglers. These guys are the first responders for search and rescue operations, they're guardians against marine pollution, they protect fishermen, and they even help out with vital economic stuff like oil and mineral exploration. It's a huge portfolio. All right, to do all that stuff over such a massive area, you obviously need some serious hardware. So let's take a look at the ships and planes the PMSA brings to the job. The fleet itself is organized into these different squadrons, and you can see how they're set up. Some squadrons, like OSRN 22 and 26, use these big offshore patrol vessels for those long-range deep-sea missions. But then you've got OSRN 23, which is all about smaller, faster boats for more agile, close-in work. It's this perfect mix of endurance and speed. But hey, policing the sea isn't just about what's on the water. The PMSA has eyes in the sky with Squadron 93. Their 3 Defender aircraft are absolutely crucial for surveillance, search and rescue, and just getting that big picture view of that enormous 240,000 square mile zone we talked about. You can't do it from sea level alone. So you take that history, you take that hardware. How does it all come together in the 21st century? Let's look at the modern missions that really define the PMSA's critical role today. A perfect example of their modern thinking is this thing called Exercise Barracuda. This is not just some internal naval drill, no way. It's a huge, multi-agency effort led by the PMSA. And the key thing here is the focus on collaboration, on working together to tackle modern threats, especially environmental disasters like a major oil spill. And you can see just how capable they are. In the most recent exercise, just this past February, they drilled everything from containing oil spills to running complex counter-piracy ops and search and rescue missions. And they often do this with international observers watching. It really shows their commitment to being a state-of-the-art force. And look, we absolutely cannot talk about their modern role without mentioning CPEC. The PMSA's mission has expanded in a huge way to provide security for the massive China-Pakistan economic corridor. This isn't just another patrol. This puts them at the very heart of a multi-billion-dollar strategic project protecting vital shipping lanes and port infrastructure that are absolutely critical to the entire region's economy. So, the PMSA was born out of a changing world, and it just keeps adapting. From environmental threats to securing global trade routes, its importance is only getting bigger. Which, of course, leaves us with one final question. In an era where the seas are more critical than ever, what new challenges are just over the horizon for these guardians of the Arabian Sea?